Okay, before I start anything, you must understand. I just love all these YouTubers. All these different people exploring each in their own different way the worlds of LEGO and Star Wars. I mean, when I'm watching these guys, I just can't help but notice and ask myself, how are they so invested in what they do? Now that you know that this is only for comedic purposes, and that I have a big affection for all these YouTubers, please don't take the next part too seriously. But let's go ahead and have fun. So the tradition for years in YouTube that started off around 2008 was to review, which means to take a look at a set from a professional or a factional opinion and say whether the set was worth buying or not. From there, many people started new types of videos such as mocks, standing for my own creation. These beautiful fan builds were also presented on YouTube, and then stop motion animations also came soon after. I myself have tried some, but YouTubers out there are just crazy good at them both in filming and editing. And from these main categories then came speed build, hauls, analysis, and many more video ideas. So these YouTubers all have one particularity: they're each good at doing their own unique thing. The first YouTuber I want to talk about is MAGMA Studios. Why the honors? Because from my knowledge he was among the first or the first himself to make such LEGO videos on YouTube. Back in the days of 2008 all the way up to 2014, MAGMA Studios, or LEGO Boy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, did reviews on all the sets coming out in the winter wave and summer wave. His reviews became quickly upgraded with better equipment, and then he set the standards for what a LEGO review should do. He also made cool LEGO mock contests, and he made himself a mock starting in 2014. He made the humongous Kashyyyk mock and then the smaller Scarif mock. Since he started, the bigger project videos have been much less consistent. I mean much less, like months without videos, and he tends to skip waves of LEGO sets, which is kinda sad because I loved his original LEGO reviews. What most people look for on his channel is the new September 4th Friday waves that he reviews as they are released. In my opinion, I haven't really loved any of the September waves too much, especially in 2017, so I'm no longer too much driven by his videos, which is kinda sad. Something I find hilarious in his videos is that he never seems to remember or know much about his own LEGO. If you watch his videos, he constantly forgets ship names, he always forgets the minifigure names, and always pronounces the minifigure names wrong. So I don't know why, David, but it's just too funny to see how much LEGO you have and how much you have invested in it, so that you can just simply forget all these things. So I just find that hilarious. But otherwise, let's move on. Moving on, we have Jang. Now myself, I don't enjoy his videos, his voice, or the way he reviews sets, but I do respect how often he releases contents. Jang is a much more commercial and less fan approach to LEGO Star Wars. Of course, remember, we're only talking about LEGO Star Wars here. So he uploads videos often and he gets sets on time, but what I don't like is his lack of knowledge. His thoughts really look at these sets from a toy and LEGO fan, but not from a Star Wars fan. Now this is very personal, but many times I either like a person's voice or I don't, unfortunately. Sorry, Jang, but I don't stand your voice for more than 2 videos, so kind of annoying. Other than those constraints, he's just full of great LEGO videos, so definitely go ahead and check him out, although I think most of you guys knew him before me. Like the few LEGO YouTubers, Jang probably makes a living off YouTube, so he's driven it as a job much more than just a fan, I feel like, or that's the feeling at least he gives me, and he has so much more to invest in it, which overshadows much smaller LEGO YouTubers all over the place. And I also believe that he tries too hard for a positive environment. Again, that's just my opinion, but I feel like when you try too hard at something, you don't necessarily achieve it the way you want to. So here's one you don't know too much about, or so I think. MAGMA Studios, also known as Tyler. He makes a lot of great YouTube videos. He's a great example of what I was mentioning just earlier, smaller LEGO YouTubers. What I and myself, a lot of people just enjoy from his videos is the throwback and the simplicity of just using a hand cam and no fancy equipment. He makes videos quite often on many interesting topics such as analysis videos, up to updates, mocks, and much more. He's got so much going on that I definitely suggest you go ahead and check him out. Something hilarious which he's actually currently changing in his LEGO room is that it's always just a huge mess with random and vintage LEGO everywhere. So he seems to live in a basement, I think. Also, we're all waiting for him to build that stack of unbuilt LEGO sets in the back of his room, so definitely just come on, man, just go ahead and build those. Can't wait. So definitely go ahead and check him out if you haven't already. Very fun to keep up to his messes and seeing how they evolve all over the place. And I think lately he's making a new or reorganizing his LEGO room, so again, we'll see how that works out, if it turns out to be a mess or not. Just hilarious. Going back to commercial LEGO YouTubers, I give you Brick Vault. Now I think Brick Vault is great. Both Jack and that other Polish guy are great. So they know their stuff throughout the different LEGO themes, and they have a half professional, half LEGO fan studio which makes great quality videos in general. My only concern is, as always, how they overshadow other small LEGO YouTubers, but with their mock updates, they kind of make it up because they kind of show fan mocks and all that, so it kind of makes it up, but it still bothers me in general. They make videos almost daily, and that's great. The only cringy thing I think is how they have the box throws, kind of like the Brick Show did, how they just throw the box every time in the beginning of every single LEGO review. I find that kind of annoying, but whatever, it's just Brick Show. So I wish I had a good joke, but I don't have a good joke on Brick Vault. Brick Vault is just really fans with a lot of money, so I just love it. Next up is the Brick Show. Now, I actually don't like the Brick Show, but I thought it would be incomplete if it was not featured in this video. Compared to the huge amount of subscribers they have, I actually don't really like their content. Sure, everyone has their own opinions, but apart from being amongst the first, I don't really understand how they became so big in the first place. They're one of those fans who sure grew up and liked watching Star Wars, but like Jang bricks, many times they lack the knowledge and they're more LEGO than Star Wars. I have a feeling that they're wannabe Star Wars fans. Lately, they have been much more focused on other LEGO themes, I believe, but the very childish show for small children approach did not appeal to me, so that's why I never really watched their videos. They are often very imprecise and use bland language.
So you got to enjoy Captain Rex there.
See, this figure isn't really cool. I mean, I respect all opinions, but it's not just cool. The body print is poor, the helmet looks a bit misprinted. This is a common cheap figure. There's so much more to say about it than just bland language. And the same goes for the rest of their videos. I mean, it's been a while since I haven't watched their content, but I believe it hasn't changed because last time I checked, that was already 8 years that they were doing this, and I don't think it really has changed in, I think, a year or so. Now, I don't want to make you believe that they're bad because I said they were, so go ahead and check the Brick Show out for yourself. It's not because I don't enjoy their content that maybe you won't either. Now here's a quick mention of LEGO Buff Productions. Now I haven't followed too much on what's going on his channel, but he was always great at making creative LEGO Star Wars mocks. In fact, he was really good at making just exciting ones and making good videos about it. However, I kind of stopped watching because he kind of got always up to these updates, and then it just started being update after update. Always updates on what he's planning to do and what he was going to do, but we never actually got any cool or interesting LEGO videos that came after that at that point. So unfortunately I kind of stopped following him, but lately I've just been started checking out his channel again, and it always seems to be fresh with some new content, although there is way too many update videos, so you might want to work a bit on that. And then there's Brick Builder. He is literally the master of LEGO building. I actually don't know anything about Brick Builder other than just the basics. He has a huge white backdrop and a good quality camera and lighting equipment. He buys LEGO sets, makes basic videos with different camera angles of the build with good music, and he builds and that's it. So obviously his videos are interesting, but not so much for me. I often skip the middle because there's sometimes 10 minutes of watching someone build, and that's a bit too long. But other than just that, there's nothing to say too much about him because there's literally nothing about him. It's just Brick Builder, somebody building a LEGO set. Definitely check out his great content. I can't say he created this type of video because I'm not sure, but I definitely know that he has perfected it. So definitely a great YouTube channel, but really just about building and putting the bricks together. Just Too Good is literally just too good. He does exactly what I love. He buys old LEGO sets and new LEGO sets and comes with LEGO toy approach for regular sets, and definitely knows his way around Star Wars. There's so many Star Wars fans nowadays that you don't know who are the true ones and who just like it. Just Too Good is great for posting content very regularly. He takes a look at vintage sets and always has something interesting to say about them. I really wanted to make a joke about him, but there's not too much to say. He's exactly what I look into when I'm looking for a great LEGO YouTuber. The only thing I can really say is what the hell is up with that bug face. But yeah, other than that, what I just love about Just Too Good is how he always has something positive about each LEGO set that he has to say, and how he always recommends you the set depending on who you are. And here at last is one of my favorites, my personal favorites, MNR Productions. What the hell, just Bryan. Bryan makes great LEGO videos. His content ranges from just jokes and updates to cool reviews of LEGO Star Wars. Like Just Too Good, he really always has something interesting to say, and he's most fun to follow. Definitely he has types of videos such as the pre-reviews or analysis, which are always creative and interesting, and he always has a really interesting opinion towards those sets. Something I find hilarious is how he always pretends to be working on something, but over the course of days, nothing ever moves. And if it does, it tends to be small. He always says he's going to do a project, but never really gets to it. How many times do I recall him saying he's going to work on a new project? Quite a few times in quite a few videos. Interestingly enough, by the time I'm making this video, he's actually moving from a different house, so we'll see how that works out if it ever moves along. Alright, JK, man, you're just great. Keep up with the good work, and I hope you definitely make it to your new house nicely and finally have a good Lego room with some space, because it is just really frustrating to see all these Lego sets stacked on top of each other. It's kind of sad as well. Finally, to conclude, I want to mention some more builders, which I didn't really get the chance to talk about for a while. All New Bricks makes very paced Lego builds with an interesting aesthetics. Chris Productions makes sick mocks, and they're great to get inspiration for your own. And then there's also the Dad A-Falls. I don't really like too much their approach to Lego, because it's mainly about going out and buying more and more Lego and then just getting deals and all that. So, but it's worth mentioning Geeky Bricks, who hasn't uploaded in quite a bit, and Down Under Bricks. Their content is just dads talking about something they love. It's good, but gets rather annoying after a while. At this point, it really just bores me completely. Finally, a shout out to Brick Wizard 59, who has started out a little after me, but I very much enjoy his varied videos, and I hope you go ahead and check him out. He has some great mocks and great projects going on. So these are my favorites, mainly because they each produce different videos from one another, and because I think most of them are the best in their own ways. It is worth mentioning Hot Bricks. It's a French forum for Lego that keeps me updated on all Lego's activity concerning sets and release dates. Definitely a site worth checking out if you know French. As always, this video was not sponsoring any channels, and I was not sponsored to make this video. It was just my thought on the great Lego community of YouTube. I hope you have well enjoyed this Lego episode. Definitely check out all their Lego channels. Links will be in the description below. With that said, I want to know what you guys think about me and this channel. What am I doing wrong? And yes, if you are one of those bigger Lego YouTube channels, tell me literally what am I doing wrong. And sorry if I haven't mentioned your Lego channel, but tell me about it, because I probably don't know. Viewers, thanks for watching. As always, it has been a pleasure, and I hope to see you guys next time here on MAGMA Studios channel for another exciting Lego video. Bye bye.
The dark side.